Hey everyone, what's up? It's time for my annual vinyl update. I do this every couple months where I show off some new records that I've got, and boy, do I have quite a stack right here of albums. These are either albums I've been looking for or just ones I really love because I don't just buy everything from an artist. Obviously, I do have bands I want to own every vinyl of, but a lot of times I just don't just buy because it's an artist I like. I just look for albums that are very special. This is all in alphabetical order, so let's get started. And the first letter is A. And I picked up two albums here by the folk artist Alex G. We have House of Sugar and God Save the Animals. This one right here for a minute. This is actually the Turntable Lab exclusive red pressing of this, which I picked up. And it's a really nice kind of crystally red. I really love the way it looks. And when it comes to these two albums over here, both of these are really good. House of Sugar is my favorite, but God Save the Animals was one of my favorites of last year, and I also really like the gatefold, and this one is just on standard black vinyl. And my Beach House vinyl collection is growing as I finally picked up a copy of Thank Your Lucky Stars. This one, again, is just on black vinyl. One of the most underrated bands in the indie sphere, the Dirty Projectors, with their most recent album, Lamplit Prose from 2018. Where's the follow-up? This was such a great album, something that's just so psych and experimental, but also with some accessible bits to it as well. Just a great album overall. And then I have this beautiful, gorgeous pressing of my favorite Dr. Dog album, Be the Void. This was an Urban Outfitters exclusive, and it's on kind of this galaxy purple vinyl. This is such a good album, and this was for the 10th anniversary of that album. And now we get kind of expensive with this next one, because this is one that I had to pay a little bit of money for. It's Get to Heaven by Everything Everything. As you can see, I have it in plastic because this album costed me an arm and a leg to get. It was originally sold on eBay. The seller wanted a lot for it, but he lowered the price down to one that was reasonable, and I picked it up. And if I ever need to get bailed out of jail or pay a parking ticket or something, I have this in hand. I also picked up a copy of their album Reanimator over here, which is a great one, and this is just on clear vinyl. I'm not going to show it because we all know what clear vinyl looks like. Here's one that my record store was giving away basically for $8, and they had a used vinyl sale, 20% off Black Friday weekend. It's Foals and their excellent album, Everything Not Saved Will Be Lost, Volume 1. So many great songs on here. Exits in Degrees, Syrups, On the Luna, I'm Done with the World and It's Done with Me, and of course Moonlight, a great album by a fantastic band. Now we go to splattered vinyl over here with Grizzly Bear's debut album, Horn of Plenty. This is another used one that I picked up at my record store. I think it was a Record Store Day exclusive for this album's 15th anniversary, and it's on this cool clear and black splatter. Really love the way that looks, and this is just such a soothing lo-fi listen all around. And this next album I consistently come back to. It's Traps by the garage rock band Jail. This album was also really cheap at my record store. Another big bucket list item for me, it's LCD Sound System's This Is Happening. This is an album that I didn't even know was repressed because DFA Records is terrible at announcing repressed albums. I thought this album was out of print on vinyl for the longest time, but it was in a record store near my friend's house, so I scooped it up. This next album here is a little bit sad for me, as I got into this band recently. It's Low's Hey What, a phenomenal album that I recommend. Obviously, rest in peace, Mimi Parker. And if this is the final album the band does, they went out on such a high note. Next up, we have Lucy Dacus and her beautiful Home Video, one of my favorite albums of the 2020s, a fantastic record. So much emotion and just raw songwriting talent in here. The instrumentation is really good. Just a must-hear record if you love indie rock, all sorts of genres as well. Another kind of obscure one here that I picked up was Luke Hemmings, When Facing the Things We Turn Away From. This is actually a really good album by the 5 Seconds of Summer frontman. It's really different. You think it would be like more accessible pop or something, but it's kind of shoegazy and dream pop and ambient. It's really, really different for 5 Seconds of Summer, but definitely a really good album and one that I recommend. Another bucket list item here, my favorite Radiohead album, In Rainbows. I don't really need to say much else, but listen to this record. It's fantastic. Has so many great songs on it that everyone should hear. Songs like 15 Step, Body Snatcher, there's Reckoner, House of Cards, Jigsaw Falling Into Place, Nude, and Videotape. A phenomenal record over here. And I got 2 albums by the indie and surf rock outfit Real Estate. I picked up Atlas, which has a really cool gatefold. I really like it there. And their album In Mind, which has kind of a nice gold texture here. I really like the gatefold, but I wish it would have had more artwork except just the lyrics on the inside. Maybe a picture of them with the horse from the music video, but this is still a really good album nonetheless. And in case you've been sleeping all of 2023 and you missed out on the album of the year, this is Unknown Mortal Orchestra with 5. This is just such a great listen, one that is just a vibe. You can play this album 15 times in a row and it could never get old. And this is on Gold Nugget vinyl. A fantastic record. I reviewed it. I gave it a perfect score. And as I said, it's my album of the year for 2023. Wild Nothing's label Captured Tracks repressed his album Nocturne for its 10th anniversary. And I think they did a really good job. It's kind of cool. There's different artwork you can put in the cutout here. And I love the way the vinyl looks. I just never have had a colored vinyl that looks like this. It's kind of a teal, almost, I don't know if you see, teal splattered kind of thing. It's really, really cool. And this is just such a fantastic seminal record for Wild Nothing. I wasn't huge on his new album, but there were some good songs on there. Well, but this album is just fantastic. The first 3 record set I've ever owned here. It's Wolf Parade with their fantastic album, Apologies to the Queen Mary. This is the 10th anniversary edition. It's a triple album. Pretty cool. There's Spencer and Dan over there. Opens up again. I do wish it had the original artwork because, I mean, the original artwork isn't great, but it's iconic. You kind of get it right there on the first record. But, hey, it's a great album. It's remastered on 180 gram vinyl. Just such a jolt of a debut album. So many great, catchy songs, and I highly recommend this album. 2 albums left, and they were both under $15 by the experimental pop outfit Yeasayer. We have The Fragrant World over here. This is a really heavy album. Here, the gatefold. And then it's a double album, but I'll just take the one out, is on Blue and white splattered vinyl. And there you see it right there. It's pretty cool looking there. Okay, and then we have Amen and Goodbye, one of their last albums. Really like the gatefold here, and this is just such a wild, wonky listen, but it's a great one. So there's my vinyl update, guys. I think this might be the last one for the year. I might do a quick one after Christmas if I pick anything else up. Money's been kind of tight. I also need to work on the year-end lists, which are going to come the best albums of 2023 and the best songs. So let me know what you guys think of these vinyl pickups below, and I'll see you in the next one.